Fam, what's good? What's good? It's your boy Thou, FamOverTV. I appreciate everybody tapping into the channel, showing love, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, stopping by. Whatever you're doing, appreciate it. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is always advised. Salute to everybody out there on your way in. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We got another good one today. Checking out some of these crazy TikTok videos, y'all. And I ain't gonna hold y'all up. We're gonna get straight into it, man. So let's get it.
For you liberals out there, if the Trump family had 22 businesses that produce no visible good or service, and each of those 22 businesses that produce no visible good or service was registered to 5 members of the family, and between those 5 people that own those 22 companies, they had 233 bank accounts, as well as 175 registered LLCs, all that produce no visible good or service. But through those 175 LLCs and into the 233 bank accounts, they receive tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars every single year for producing no visible good or service. Would you think there was some corruption going on? Would you think there was some, I don't know, crime happening? Because that's the Biden family. 5 members of that family own 22 U.S. companies, along with 175 registered LLCs, and have 233 bank accounts. And all of those companies and all of those LLCs produce no visible good or service. Yet those 233 bank accounts take in millions upon millions of dollars every year. For what? What are those 175 LLCs doing? What are they making? What are they producing? And more importantly, what are they selling? Because if you're not making anything, you're not producing anything, what the fuck could you possibly be selling through 175 LLCs? What are those 175 LLCs and 22 U.S. companies doing? What are they doing that is getting millions of dollars deposited in those 230?
Funneling money, hiding money, money laundering, all that type of stuff. You know what they doing, fam. All those damn LLCs, and they ain't selling nothing or got no products or nothing or nothing. They making all that money, though. Being bought to persuade and make decisions. That's what's going on.
33 bank accounts. You know exactly what they're doing. They're selling Biden. They're selling control of an American president. And here's the thing, I'm open to having my mind changed. Just tell me what they're selling. Tell me why the Biden family needs 233 bank accounts. Tell me what their 175 LLCs do. Tell me the product they sell. 233 bank accounts and 175 LLCs. Just tell me one thing they fucking sell. And if you can find me one thing they sell, go ahead and show me who their customers are. I'm willing to bet that even if they do have customers for fucking something, those customers don't have U.S. passports. Go ahead and prove me wrong.
All right, you guys, it seems that our water...
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, damn, they just did that to Trump, but Biden doing all the same type of shit too. Yeah, man. Selective politicking. Let's keep it going.
Our drinking water has gone nuclear, y'all. They've been telling us to watch the waters since 2020, right? It says uranium has been detected in 2/3 of public drinking water in the U.S., with those in the Midwest and South most at risk. Researchers at Columbia University found that 2/3 of drinking water systems have elevated levels of uranium. Around 90% of Americans use community drinking water systems, making this a wide-reach problem in the United States. Uranium represents an important risk factor for the development of chronic disease, even at low concentrations. Previous studies have found associations between chronic uranium exposure, increased risk of hypertension, cardiovascular disease, kidney damage, and lung cancer at high levels of exposure. And now you're telling me 90% of the U.S. drinking water is at risk? If you guys didn't know, uranium is used in nuclear power plants, y'all. So what's going on? And I heard that they just misplaced some uranium mysteriously, magically. Did you guys hear about that? They just misplaced some uranium. So it goes to show you where it's going, y'all. And again, they've been telling us to watch the waters. Now, this goes in line with what people have been feeling, brain fog, you know, feeling tired, sleepy, and all these type of things, y'all. So how are y'all feeling with this? It seems that things have kicked up a couple notches, y'all. Just wow, man. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting time.
So I guess we're drinking nuclear water now. Uranium in the water. Oh my God, man. They just won't leave us alone, will they, y'all? They won't leave us alone, man. Let's keep it going.
Have started in a lab.
We don't know where it started, and that's the reason why I keep an open mind. So I don't know what you mean by why was it so important. It wasn't important.
You still don't know where it started? The guys you gave money to
Hey, they've been pressing Dr. Fauci, y'all. They've been pressing him.
figured out in 3 days.
No.
Mr. Anderson said on January 31st, 2020, virus looks engineered, virus not consistent with evolutionary theory. The very next day, Dr. Gary said, I don't know how this happens in nature. It'd be easy to do in a lab. And then 3 days later, Shazam, they switch and say it has to be nature. So they figured out in 3 days, but you still don't know?
No, in fact, if you look at what they were saying, Congressman Jordan, they were saying that it was not a manufactured virus. It still could have evolved out of a lab.
Well, let me read something here to you.
They're not incompatible.
In our study on the censorship of the Biden administration working with big tech, I want to read you a WhatsApp message from Mark Zuckerberg. Can we include that the White House put pressure on us to censor the lab leak theory? So this is a communication on July 16th, 2021. Nick Clegg, Joel Kaplan, Sheryl Sandberg, Mark Zuckerberg. They're certainly feeling the pressure to downplay any lab leak theory and go with the natural origin theory.
Is there a question there?
One's coming. Here's another email to Mark Zuckerberg. It says, subject line, COVID misinformation, Wuhan lab leak theory. In response to continued public pressure and tense conversations with the new administration, we started removing 5 COVID claims, including the lab leak theory. Mr. Zuckerberg responds, this seems like a good reminder that when we compromise our standards due to pressure from an administration in either direction, we often later regret it. Why was it so important the virus not have started in a lab?
Wasn't so important that the virus not. We don't know. We know
it was important to someone in the Biden administration, so much so that the top people at Meta, the top people at Facebook are asking, why are we getting all this pressure to downplay the lab leak theory? And we have an email from June of the same year, June 4th, 2021, saying the same thing. It was certainly important to somebody.
Well, what has that got to do with me?
I'm asking you because you're the expert on the coronavirus. I'm saying why was the administration so pushing not to have the lab leak theory as something that was viable?
I can answer that. I've kept an open mind throughout the entire process.
An open mind. Dr. Fauci, open mind.
Man, that's crazy how all of them are going against Fauci right now and pressing Fauci right now. Like, I remember one part of time when we was going, one point in time when we was going through all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? When everything was locked down and everything, they was praising Dr. Fauci. You know what I'm saying? He was like the man. Nah, everybody pressing him now. Ever since he came out and said he did make up that 6 feet distance stuff and all that, everything, he been getting pressed. Crazy.
That is correct.
What happened in those 3 days? Why did Dr. Anderson and, Mr. Anderson and Dr. Gary, why did they change their mind in 180 degrees? Because what Christian Anderson says 3 days later, after he said virus looks engineered, virus not consistent with evolutionary theory, 3 days later he says the main crackpot theories going around at the moment relate to this virus being somehow engineered, and that is demonstrably false. How did they figure all that out in 3 days, Dr. Fauci?
You can do that.
Still have an open mind.
Well, what they did is that they testified before this committee. What they did, they went back and looked at the sequences and realized that their initial concern was unfounded about that, and it did not look at all like it was manufactured. But as they said in their paper, even though they feel it was more likely.
3 days. They figured it out.
That's exactly. You could do that in 3 days. You can scan sequences in a day. You don't need 3 days.
Okay. Who's Robert Redfield?
The former director of the CDC.
Dr. Redfield, right? And he was also on the coronavirus task force. Is that accurate?
He was a member of the coronavirus task force.
And here's what he said to this committee. He said, Redfield said that Fauci and Collins left him out because Redfield suspected that coronavirus had leaked from the Chinese lab. Is that accurate?
Well, he said that, but that's not true.
You're
That
saying
is incorrect, Congressman.
Dr. Redfield's lying to the committee when he sat right where you sat?
When he said that I kept him out, that is an incorrect statement. The roster who was on the phone
was Dr. Redfield in that conference call on February 1st when you had Mr. Anderson and Dr. Gary on that call?
He was not. And the conference call was put together by Jeremy Farrar. So no one kept him out. He said he was kept out because
Did U.S. tax dollars...
You want me to answer the question?
Yeah, I would just wonder why he wasn't on the call. It seems to me the head of CDC, part of the coronavirus task force, which was formed 2 days prior to that call, would have been on the call.
Well, the call was arranged by Jeremy Farrar. You should ask him.
Okay.
Wow.
Did U.S. tax dollars flow through a grant recipient to the lab in China?
I'm sorry.
Did U.S. tax dollars flow through a grant recipient to the lab in China?
Yes, of course. It was a sub-award to the Wuhan Institute.
And who approved that award?
Excuse me?
And who approved that award? What agency approved that award?
National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases.
Your agency approved that, right?
Yes, it did. Did
that have anything to do with this downplaying of the lab leak theory?
No.
Nothing to do with it?
Nothing.
How ironic. His own lab approved it. But hey, let me be quiet. I don't know too much about it. Let's keep it going.
Do you agree that there was a push to downplay the lab leak theory?
Not on my part.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
I think most of the country would find that amazing. I still got 11 seconds.
Well, look at the facts.
I've
kept an open mind throughout the entire process.
All right.
You know, I don't think people understand.
You got press.
I think that judge got Donald Trump more votes because now that the world see how corrupt the system is, everybody willing to vote for Donald Trump. So even if you wasn't going to vote for Donald Trump right now, after what that judge did, it showed you how crooked the system really is. So what was supposed to work against him, work for him, really. You know what I mean? Like, if they would do that to the former president of the United States of America, just imagine what they would do to me and you.
Right.
The court system is horrible. The court system been like that for decades, and it's time for a change. That's why I really want Donald Trump in office, because I know he'll make change. He's going to change all that, what they got going on. Believe it. Believe it.
All right.
Let's go, Trump 2024.
If they could do something to a former president like they just did to Trump, you know what I'm saying? Like he said, imagine what they'd do to us, y'all. I already know what they'd do to us, especially me. You know what I'm saying? It won't even be no hope. They throw us right up under that motherfucker. Under it. You feel me? But that's crazy. So my boy Trump, so he a felon now, right? He a felon. He convicted. He was found guilty of those felonies, right? So he a felon right now. So is he gonna be like the first president? I mean, a presidential candidate to be running for president with a felony? Like, and he might get elected. But I don't know how that was supposed to work, because they say he might have to do some time or something. So I don't know. I don't know how this shit working, y'all. Just hit that like button. Let's keep it going, man. That's crazy.
Was sent to me yesterday from Sydney, y'all. Now, my guy went out there and he noticed this long cloud that just stretched for miles, y'all. Look at this. He's never seen anything like this before, and you know we have been seeing these weird looking clouds in the sky. Okay? Look, it stretches for miles. He went out to the delivery. That's about 15 kilometers away, and he's still seeing the same cloud stretching for miles. Look at this. As you can see, the first video was in Sydney, and now this one is in Karawee, y'all. Check this out.
It still goes on. 15 kilometers away now in Karawee.
That should be looking fake, man. When I be recording and looking at the sky, it just be looking fake, y'all.
It still goes on.
So 9 miles deep into the next town over, and you can still see these weird looking clouds, y'all. This is crazy. And then yesterday I showed y'all this in Australia. Damn. What the heck, bro? This is crazy, bro. Yeah, something is happening, y'all. Something is going on. I mean, we're all aware that we're transitioning from the 3D into the 4D, 5D frequency. So I believe all these things come with this shift because, you know, we've never been aware of these things happening on the earth before. And the only thing that we know is that we're shifting, like we're shifting into a new frequency. So maybe these things are bringing this new frequency. You never know, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I'm only raising awareness to interest.
Sky been crazy lately. Super crazy.
Feels like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Let's get this shift. Peace out.
What is that?
That's crazy. Hey,
that is crazy.
Right. Hey, but I seen some people talking about this online, and they said this is a like I thought it was like I don't know some UFOs following each other, some type shit, satellites or something. But everybody says it's a Starlink or something, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it do look crazy. It do look crazy. Yeah, send that to me, Tina.
What? I can barely see it with my eyes. I can see it on camera.
Pulling their phone out and recording the sun and recording the sky, and they zooming in. Like some people be like seeing the grid and everything on their cameras and everything. I haven't seen it yet, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't really tried to test it yet, you know what I'm saying? The sun be beaming so damn hard. Like I can't even take it no more. So I don't know, but it's been very weird lately. I'm at to, you know, do the experiment for myself. But everybody in the building, make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure you subscribe if you ain't already. Let's keep it going.
In the eye right now and guarantee no new taxes between now and next year?
There are no new taxes. The answer is no.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I can say no to that tax question.
That question was asked by Aton Wallace, and he typically does a very good job. But the answer is yes, California's taxes are going up, and if you read Newsom's budget, you can see that they're going up by about $18 billion for businesses here. How so? Well, if you have net operating losses and you're a business that makes about $1 million a year, you wouldn't be able to claim those net operating losses on your taxes over the next few years. That means the state gets to keep some of what should have been your money, and over the next few years, that will amount to an additional $5 billion in taxes. Furthermore, they're going to limit business tax credits to about $5 million over 2025, 2026, and 2027. So essentially, credits, rebates, refunds, funds, those are being severely limited over the next few years. And yet, look at this guy. He's focused on a contraceptives bill that Louisiana wants to pass. And yet there's this Turkish man that's coming over his border that's saying that he's concerned about illegal immigration when he's an illegal immigrant himself. Definitely doesn't have his priorities straight. And he's definitely making the tax system more inequitable and keeping more money out of the economy by doing this. And this is why so many businesses are leaving the state of California and taking their jobs with them.
There was an FBI raid on a corporate landlord based in Atlanta that received little attention. The raid was part of a federal probe of an alleged criminal conspiracy among large landlords to jack up rental prices. The investigation centers around RealPage, advanced property management software used by many corporate landlords. Landlords that are supposed to be in competition with each other outsource daily pricing and ongoing revenue oversight to RealPage. An ebook produced by RealPage says that the company allows corporate landlords who are technically competitors to work together to make us all more successful in our pricing. RealPage bragged that landlords that use its software continually outpace in the market in good times and bad. In other words, RealPage helps landlords charge higher rates than they would in a truly competitive market. Corporate landlords that use RealPage software dominate the rental market in many metropolitan areas. In Phoenix, 70% of multifamily apartment units listed in the Phoenix metropolitan area are owned, operated, or managed by companies that have contracted with RealPage. RealPage's former CEO revealed that participating landlords share occupancy rates, rents.
Hey, and I think this is why, like, what's those companies like BlackRock and forgot the other names, whatever. Like, they've been buying up so much real estate and everything. It makes sense, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to control everything. They're controlling the market. They're controlling the market, buy up everything, controlling the market, man. Cause shit just been inflating. It's been crazy. Like, I know some people like that's renting and staying in apartments and everything. And they're like, man, our rent can increase like by $300, $400, like dramatically. You know what I'm saying? In the past year or so. It's crazy.
Charged for each unit and each floor plan, lease terms, amenities, move-in dates, and move-out dates. After feeding this highly detailed information that would normally be kept proprietary, landlords agree to outsource their pricing authority to RealPage, rather than competing with one another on price. According to a lawsuit in Arizona, RealPage puts significant pressure on participants to ensure that they adopt RealPage's prices. Specifically, RealPage employs pricing advisors who meet with landlords to ensure that properties are implementing RealPage's set rates. This is described by Arizona as policing the conspiracy to make sure no one cheats by lowering prices and trying to gain market share. RealPage advises that its landlords should be compliant with its pricing recommendations. Landlords agree that if they fail to consistently implement RealPage's set rates, their contract will be terminated. The creator of RealPage's algorithm explained, quote, "If you have idiots undervaluing, it costs the whole system." This is popular information. Read the full report on popular.info and follow along here for more accountability journalism.
Rent prices. Let's talk about it. The Fed is obsessed with rent because rent is a major factor in deciding where they are with inflation. And rent prices in many areas across the country have gone up, not down. Now, are some areas in a downtrend? I live in a downtrend area right now. Rent in Vegas over the last year has actually gone down. But that isn't the experience throughout the United States. And rent prices have gone up considerably since before the pandemic. So a lot of people are feeling the pinch because if your housing expense is really, really high, it leaves you very little money to take care of the rest of the things that you need to take care of. So the Fed is watching this really, really closely. I will say that in the very near future, over the next 6-12 months, I expect rents to be going down in a lot of areas. And that's...
I hope so. I definitely hope it does.
Simply because Airbnbs, one reason, Airbnbs are now coming on to the rental market for long-term rent because the short-term rent model isn't working for many of them. So they're going to be a lot of more inventory is going to be coming up for rent. And if you look in certain cities, like if you look in San Antonio, in Houston, in many areas of Florida, rentals are exploding. They're all over the place. So why the Fed is a little nervous right now about rent prices, I think in the near future, over the next 6-12 months, you're going to see rent prices come down across the country. Like and follow for more. A lot more to talk about.
Hey, listen, I hope the prices come down, but I don't know, man. It just seemed like the way the country going and how the economy going and how everything is, it just seemed like I just don't see no hope. I'm like the way we going is like we headed for destruction. All this inflation, they're raising the prices on everybody with everything. People barely can take care of their households and everything. It seemed like we headed to all that pressure, just so much pressure. Then eventually it's just go bust. It's gonna be chaos. That's probably why the Fed's trying to get in on it. Like, hey, we got to clean something to slow some of this shit down before something bad happen. But let's keep it going, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. What's up, Buzz? You ready?
TikTok algorithm has changed again, and if you're a brand or creator, here's what you need to know about it. The latest algorithm update on TikTok has things slowing down, and if you are noticing low views, here's why. But first, make sure to save this for later so you know where to come back to, and make sure you stay to the end because I'm going to show you what to do. So, like I said before, the TikTok algorithm has slowed down, and here's what's happening. TikTok is getting stricter, way more strict on their community guidelines, you guys. What's happening is when you post your video, now there's going to be more time that it takes for them to manage and sort through the videos before they go viral. So they want to make sure that your video is not breaking any community guidelines before it goes viral. So before you posted your video, it had a chance of going viral instantly, but now it might spike after 7 to 10 days after posting. So if you do not see an immediate view count going up, don't worry, you guys. Don't be surprised if it even takes up to 2 weeks sometimes to see views coming in now. Think of your videos more now like YouTube, okay? They're not going to go viral today, but they can start pumping in a few weeks and they can pump for months to come. So the absolute best thing you can do right now is to keep posting, okay? Don't delete your post just because you're not seeing the views that you want right now. It's not that your content sucks. It's not that your content is horrible. It's not that nobody wants to watch your content. It's just taking TikTok a little bit longer before they're pushing videos out on the For You page. So give it at least 2 weeks before you check the analytics and then make your decision about how the post did. And if your video is getting the not eligible for the For You page warning, you can go ahead and send TikTok an appeal, but also know that the TikTok appeal times are also slowing down now that they're moderating everything so heavily. So let me know if you've noticed this in the comments and just keep posting. Don't give up. It's going to be all right, girl.
Man, listen, I remember the days, like the good old times where algorithms didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they put all these algorithms into place on everything, social media, man, everything. They got algorithms on everything now, y'all. Like, they just basically controlling and directing things how they want it to go. You feel me? Like, it's so crazy. Exactly what she's saying. That's what's going on YouTube. Like, I remember one point in time, like doing reaction videos and everything. It was going crazy. It's like all type of people was seeing it at one time, like across the country, overseas, everything. It was going crazy. Then, like, I don't know if it's like shadow banning or what the fuck they be doing, but it's the algorithms. It's algorithms. They slow it down. If they see somebody doing something that don't line up with what they trying to push or something, they'll slow that algorithm down. Very less people get to seeing your content. Less people comment on it. Some people comment, and their comments don't even pop up on the video. Sometimes they be having AI generated comments on a lot of this shit that change the comments. One person might see something on your page, a comment, and another person might go look at the same time and they might see something different. Like, it's just a whole bunch of stuff, man. It's crazy, y'all. But hit that like button. Let's keep it going, y'all.
Vegas aliens are back in the news, and wait till you hear what Tucker said about them. But first, this is exactly what I saw in my dream, a whole freaking squad of
Cola,
UFOs.
what's up? Jax, what's up?
Oh my god, where's Daddy? Oh my god, I got goosebumps. Papa, come here, hurry. Ah, tell Jody and them. What is that? What is that?
It kind of look like the Starlink thing or whatever it was that we just saw. It might just be, they say swarm UFOs. It might be drones or something. I don't know, man. I don't even know no more. Like, definitely crazy though.
That's wild.
Hurry! What is that?
That's exactly what happened in my dream. UFOs everywhere. And now the Inside Paper and Fox is authenticating the alien video in Las Vegas. And they said they were using cloaking devices. Now listen very carefully to what Tucker Carlson says.
It's my personal belief, based on a fair amount of evidence, that they're not aliens. They've always been here. And I do think it's spiritual. That's my view. So, and again, it's not provable based on the evidence. I think. Absolutely. If the U.S. government has in fact had direct contact with these beings, whatever they are, I've already told you what I think they are, and has entered into some sort of agreement with them, which is the claim of informed people. I would say, whether they're right or wrong, I can't say conclusively. But if that is true, I mean, it's a very, very, very heavy thing. They're being acted upon at all times. And so there are forces that are not human, that do exist in a spiritual realm of some kind, that we cannot see.
How much proof do you need, really?
There's an object. It's stationary in the sky. You can see with IR, but you can't see with daylight cam. It's there in IR.
That's crazy. You can't see it with the naked eye. As soon as they put that infrared on, you can see it. That make you think though, like it's probably all type of shit that be flying in the sky that we don't see. You know what I'm saying? And they call it, what they be saying, it be UFOs be cloaking. It might look like it's a cloud or something, or I don't even really understand it, or I guess they turning invisible, or I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure there'll be a lot of stuff going on that we not seeing. You feel me? Let's keep it going. And then, you know, UFOs.
Is this a form of UFO cloud cloaking or a supernatural entity? Very strange.
You know, they got advanced technology, so they might got the ability to shit. You know how they be turn invisible when they think somebody looking at them. It look like it's lightning above it too. Like look at it. Now that's crazy right there. I don't know, man.
They point to the cattle mutilation phenomenon. Over 10,000 reported and documented cases. You can bet on the fact that there are probably over 100,000 that have been unreported that have occurred. It's been called the greatest unsolved crime spree in the country, and there's still no explanation. No one has been caught. Still to this day. To this day, no one has been caught conducting a cattle mutilation. It's very mysterious, and of course, that's part of the history. There have been a lot of bizarre cattle mutilations that have occurred.
Okay, let's talk.
Hey, I've been watching this little series. I got it on Fire Stick. I don't know what it be coming on, but it's called Skinwalker Ranch. I don't know if any of y'all seen that, but they be talking about these things that be happening at all these different ranches, like in the Texas, Utah area, all in that area and everything. How like large amounts of cattle end up disappearing, or like, man, I've been seeing all type of crazy stuff, y'all, and it's like some of the stuff that be happening to these cattle and everything is just like, didn't no person do this? You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm like, man, what? They say shapeshifters and all this stuff, or aliens, or some like be getting the cattle and they do experiments on them, whatever, and allegedly. But it's good. If y'all ain't seen it, just check it out, man. Make you just think a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because I was watching, I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like some of the cattle, it wasn't no blood. Like they was, man, it was crazy. It wasn't no blood from them, but man, I ain't even gonna talk about it. Y'all just go check it out, y'all. Make sure you hit that like button. It's crazy.
About Skinwalker Ranch, that enigmatic piece of land in a godforsaken wilderness. I've talked to people who have been there. I was actually at a conference last year, a UFO conference, where the lead guy, the lead investigator, was one of the speakers. The guy comes from a very scientific background, and I totally get that, and I respect that in every way. However, as a frank supernaturalist, I have a different opinion about Skinwalker Ranch. In fact, when I interviewed my good friend Francisco Carreira, who is the head of Exopolitics Portugal, he's the head guy, and he talked about, it's in our second film, I think, The Experts Weigh In, and Francisco states on the record that the Indians, the Native Americans, know that Skinwalker Ranch is, and they just stay away. They leave the entity alone. That's Francisco's perspective on it, and I certainly agree with him. What happens at Skinwalker Ranch, there's an entity there. I believe there's a gateway, a portal that's been opened who knows how many thousands of years ago. The entity that's there is very possessive and manifests from time to time. What they need to do is get a bunch of born-again, spirit-filled Christians who know about spiritual warfare, and also Native Americans who would come alongside of us, okay? Because they're the legal heirs of that land. So if all of us got together and we were there, guess what? We might be able to shut the thing down. I am L.A. Marzulli.
Man, that motherfucker won't come out. All the people come, the entity won't come out. They're like, oh, it's too many motherfuckers now. They'll move, go somewhere else or something. It's crazy. Like all this stuff be happening, but never can catch it. Never can catch it on camera, or even if somebody do witness it, you know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna believe them. Then you know what happened if you get to talking too much or whatever. So it's crazy, y'all. Let's keep it going. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Appreciate all y'all, man. Definitely, for sure, for sure. And I'm gonna be adding some more moderators, y'all. I just be chilling on the moderators and everything because, you know, sometimes you got to be sure. And after I see somebody, you know, who's been coming into the streams and showing love and always positive and, you know, talking good stuff and everything, eventually, you know, I will make them a moderator and everything. But sometimes people come in here and then it'd be agendas and everything, you know. Sometimes we get moderators and then they disappear and never see them again. And I'm like, man, damn, I thought you was, you know what I'm saying, for the cause or whatever. So y'all know how it be, but let's keep it going though. Much love to everybody.
Based on the data, there is an intelligence operating on that ranch that has command over space, time, over consciousness, and I believe has the ability to communicate if we can understand or develop a common language at some point to be able to interact. Eric Bard
Right.
has had communication with at least one of these entities involved with manipulating the systems that has command over the technology and the platforms. He's definitely seen and documented evidence that we're dealing with an intelligence that does have the desire to communicate. In his case, when the systems were being manipulated and he was dealing with security violations that were occurring repeatedly with our surveillance cameras, he literally asked verbally out loud, if you have something to show me, show me. If you have something to tell me, tell me. And in that instant,
Dennis,
the
what up?
screen morphed, melted, and digitally composed letters. He proceeded to record and screen capture in real time what was happening with the equipment, and what was revealed was what I believe to be compelling evidence that we're dealing with an intelligence that is at least willing to acknowledge and wants their presence known.
It's something definitely going on out there. It's some entities for sure. What they call that? Like, what they be calling that, y'all? When the farmers go out to their farm and then they got these big ass shapes, circles, and designs into they crop fields or whatever. Is it called crop shaping? Shape? I don't know what the name of it is, but it looked like some aliens might have did it and everything. Like, it's still unexplained because ain't nobody going out there in the middle of the night and cutting that shit and doing those designs with a tractor or a fucking lawnmower or something. So imagine you got a farm or a big field and you wake up and you get to seeing these big crop circles and everything and designs all in your farm and everything. You're like, man, what the like? It make you wonder, like, how? That's how we know it's some more stuff going on. There's some more shit going on, y'all. But let's keep it going.
It essentially had the simple response, again, instantaneously, of I living.
You're shitting me.
So
Whoa.
Eric Bard, in response to a host of issues with the security cameras registering that there was something triggering the motion sensors, that there were countless events occurring, upon giving that command, saw the entire screen morph and form the letters I living, and then snap back. All documented, all caught on camera.
Crazy.
That has yet to be fully addressed on the docuseries, but is going to be addressed in the future. And it's really his story to tell, but if he were here, he'd be telling you the same story. It was compelling evidence that we're dealing with an intelligence on the ranch that has the ability to manipulate technology and systems instantaneously, and has the ability to communicate.
Right.
Has intention. There's volition.
I was just gonna say the same thing, Nicola. Like, well, I wasn't gonna say the same thing, but I was gonna say, man, could it be like a demon or something? Like, but he just said these entities got the ability to manipulate the technology systems and all that type of stuff. Like, I'm not sure, y'all. I don't even know how that would play out. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's aliens, shapeshifters, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But they got a series that's out right now, Skinwalker Ranch. Now I need to check it out, man. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It make you think like, man, what is going on? Definitely a lot of crazy stuff going on out in this world, y'all. But hey, salute to everybody who tapped in. I'm gonna be right back with some more, man. I got some more videos. I just couldn't put them all together at once because we'd be on here too long. But Salute to all my moderators, content management, everything, man. Much love to all y'all. Stay on wave, stay positive, stay vibrating those high frequencies. It's your boy Thou, FamOverTV. I'll see y'all in a minute, man. Peace. Much love to everybody.
Fam over.